Tel Artal is this mound here is a multi-period site. First settled in the early Bronze period and covering all the different periods. The site itself is located on a route from west to east, east to west, crossing the Jordan River, which is behind it. The Jordan River at this place is looping around here because the soil coming from the hills through the rivers here, through the streams, pushed the Jordan River, turned it such that it was easier to pass it because of the slow flow of the Jordan River. So Tel Artal was one of the sites around here. There's about 10 different biblical sites from multi-period times, and it guarded the pass along this route. Because of the lake and a lot of water, this is a center of bird watching, and they come during different seasons and nest and swim in these lakes. This is one of the lakes. In front of Tel Artal. You can hear the noise of the flow of the water. The mound itself is cut from this side, from the west side, and you can see in the layers that were exposed the different periods of settlement. In fact, this looks like a floor of settlement that was cut when it was exposed, and you can see this layer of stones. It is quite steep. There is a path here on the south side that can walk up the hill. This is the ascent up to the hill. Let's walk up. Let's continue up the trail. This is a view of the Jordan River just below us on the east side of the Tel. To the south of us is Kfar Ruppin, the Kibbutz Kfar Ruppin, and below us are palm trees growing dates. In the far background is Mount Gilboa. Now the routes, ancient routes, came from the west, going along the streams here and passing the Jordan River behind us. So this site on Tel Artal was protecting the travel, collecting money, and defending the kingdom, the northern kingdom, during the Iron Age, from enemy coming from the east side. Here's Ronnie.
Hi, Yoram.
Hi.
Steep here.
Very steep. We don't even dare to get to the edge because it's all slippery and all these weeds. Okay, so we're on the east side of the mound, and we can see Jordan River flowing just below us, really close to the mound. This over there is the bank of the Jordan River, flowing from north to south, and at this point was a crossing point of the route going from west to east, crossing the Jordan River. It was convenient here because the river flows in a loop because of the soil brought from the mountains of Gilboa, and all this soil filled up this area and causing the Jordan River to loop around, making the angle of the descent much smaller. The flow of the river was slowed, and it made it possible crossing the river. So now it's all full with bushes. At the time, biblical times, it was possible to walk with a low level of the Jordan River here and crossing. Behind us is the state of Jordan, and in the background is the mountains of Jordan. Okay, this is a basalt stone,
Grinding?
and you can see that one side of it is very smooth, and this was part of a grinding stone. Let's look at it on this side. You see the curvature, and it was used by rubbing the grains, creating the flour. So every house had this kind of tool, and they had a pile of grains stored, and then taking out the grains and creating the flour. The porcupines just love to dig into soft soil, where usually it is part of how I made this hole,
Look at that. Yeah.
and you can see one of the holes is skin of a snake. Okay, so they shell off their skin, and it's what remains. Snakes now are in dormant position. It's winter time, and the porcupine could be inside. But what is interesting for us is to see the type of pottery they throw out. You can see, for instance, this pottery. Okay, on the mound, we can see some ceramics and pottery, but this one is a sun-dried mud brick. You can see that it is flat and more smoother on this side and the other side, and it has been prepared by 3,000 years ago by making a mold, putting a mixture of the mud plus different hay and other types of dry weed, and then putting this in the sun for a couple of days, and it dries out. Now, most of the sun-dried mud bricks have been crumbled since then. Some of them have hardened after a fire, after the destruction. Do you see any signs of
No.
fire here? No. So
No.
how come it
I
survived?
don't know how it survived. Maybe this is fire, maybe.
Maybe this side?
Yeah.
Okay, so it hardened. Yeah, it does look a different color.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's just the ground.
That kept it
It kept it
3,000 years.
intact, 3,000 years. And these sun-dried mud bricks were quite large. This is just a section of it. And they used hundreds of thousands of mud bricks like that to create the walls inside, but also the city wall around. Some of the sites had 5 or 10 meters high walls, all made with this mud brick. And that was the building block in this area. There were stones only as a foundation, but the mud bricks created the height of the walls. This is the Iron Age pottery, Iron II. And that's what Ronnie identifies it by its shape. This is the rim of a vessel. Going down along the south side of the mound, and what I want to see is the hidden east side of the mound. You can see how steep this is. The mound was cut here, so we can see the different layers. Not anything interesting here. It's more or less the natural hill or the layers that were built on top of it. So actually the pottery, will see them more on the top side, but some of them fell down. Let's see what's down on that side, on the east side. We can see here, this is a base of an Iron Age vessel. This is the base. And Okay, and then we have here a glazed either Muslim or Crusade. So this is more recent, last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And
So iron.
also iron. There's no remains on it. We could wash it, but you can see the rim of this. What is it? A jar?
Yeah, big one.
A big one? Well,
Quite big.
quite big. I mean, this is the opening, and it's all around. And this stored various items like liquids and dry ingredients. There's another piece.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Painted.
Painted.
Looks also iron. But I see here very ancient handle, maybe iron.
Where?
Here.
Okay. This one?
Pick it. Yeah. Wow.
Oh. Okay. Let's see if there's any signs on it.
Trademark.
Any pottery marks?
Yeah.
Usually the
Potter mark, right?
potter marks. Yeah. Potter marks. Whoever signed it, like signatures.
Mm-hmm.
But
It looks like the also from
but
Iron Age.
there's also Iron Age.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Iron Age pottery here. Yeah. Okay. We're on the east side of the mound, Tel Artal, and you can see how steep this is. This is something like 70, 80 degrees. You can imagine the enemy trying to conquer the place. That's really tough. You go up and you face arrows thrown on you. So this is very, very steep. This was well protected, not only because of this steep slopes, but also by the water flowing around it, creating a hard area to pass and to take the city. This is the north side of Tel Artal. See the stream filled up this lake. You can hear the stream behind us, and it's kind of very strong. But you see that is a very strong ascent here. On the west side, you see the cut in the hill. It's more modern cut, or maybe after a while it disintegrated. But it's a nice area here. Now, this is also an area of bird watching. Let's go and see the bird watching center. You can hear the stream here flowing on the side. And ancient times it was hard to cross it. So actually the road on both sides went through different passings along the Jordan River. So this area is a bird watching place. And there's trails with signs of birds that you could walk along them. Okay, another bird sign, number 29. And we're walking to the south towards Tel Artal. And there's a stream and lake at its foothills.